Hi, folks. This is Mountain Man coming to you from parts unknown. I hope everyone is doing well tonight, and I hope my signal is going good. I keep an eye on my timer to make sure it looks like it's going through the motions good. And I get some people in the chats, and I'll be able to get some feedback if my voice is coming through clear. And I got some videos to play for you. What do I got in my thumbnail? One of the things I got in my thumbnail is women and children last. Remember, we used to say women and children first. Women and children first. Boy, not in 2024, and it hadn't been that way in a long time. But we got people who are willing to fall right in line with this hallelujah for Kamala business. We're going to fight for democracy. Now, this Kamala person hadn't even gotten one vote, but got all the delegates and is going to be the nominee. Didn't get more than 1 or 2% in any primary battle, but she's going to defend democracy from that terrible Donald Trump. And she's got no problems with people in middle school. I can say that instead of, referring to young people by their usual terms because of the rhythm. I got to watch out for the rhythm. But she's got no problem with strange adults employed by the National Education Association coming up and psychologically getting in their mind. Is there, don't you think you might really be a little girl, Johnny? And no problem with that. But the people that are supporting Kamala and buying every bit of this line from the media, they think they're holier than thou. They think they're holier than thou. Hi, Linda. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Diane. Kim, Gloria, Debbie. Nice to see you, Andrew. A Google account. Yeah, Bozo the Clown, right? Won just as many primaries. Hi, Wayne. Linda Marie, stormy in California, you say. I'll be darned. Hi, Debbie. Tracy. One more round on the roller coaster. We got more rounds to go. Hold on to your hat, because war is on the horizon. I'll give you some reports here in a minute. Final Cheese, how you doing? Rubber Toe. The Cat. Sissy. Nice to see you all. So, Paris is an embarrassment to themselves, whether they know it or not. And let me see what we've got here. We've got some action going on. We got this. I hope my voice is coming through smoothly. This is from Iranian television. In the coming hours, the world will witness extraordinary scenes and very important events. What? Iranian state television. If y'all want to tune in, it's IB TV3. I don't know if you can ever watch it, but what do we have here? Tehran Times. Here we go. There's everybody at the funeral for what's-his-face that got a missile in his... Getting closer. This was a headline of the Tehran Times. Meanwhile, according to Axios, Israel and American intelligence are expecting an attack on Iran. An Iranian attack on Israel as early as this Saturday. Major airlines have already begun canceling flights to Israel and Iran. What's this part? The United States is sending combat aircraft to the Middle East to help Israel in the event of a massive missile attack. At the same time, Biden, according to the publication, warned Netanyahu that the United States will help Israel repel the attack one last time if it itself escalates again. Well, you know who's going to escalate first? It's going to be Iran. It's going to be Iran. Now, I got the video of this here with the hostage release. I heard one of them was a good friend of Putin's, was an assassin, really. Went to Germany and took out a Chechen rebel leader and was in jail in Germany. But anyway, Biden almost flew to Russia as a result of the exchange. Grandfather went and boarded the plane after all the prisoners had already left and sat there until he was taken out. I got a video of it, but it's 2 minutes of watching him go in the plane, Kamala standing there looking stupid, wondering what to do, and he's sitting inside the plane blowing bubbles. And the crew is like, what? You know, and he gets off the plane, he acts like he just landed. I'll play it at the end of the video. You all can watch it and put your own commentary into it. Hi, Araceli, Melinda, how are you? Wanda, Kim, Pappy Two Bears, Lone Wolf. Nice to see you. Nice to see you all. If I missed anybody, I apologize. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Rumble, Wanda. Want to know if you wanted to unsubscribe? I was going to do a simultaneous broadcast on Rumble, but I can't take the chance. They're just not up to snuff. And I know it's because they've got people in there working against them. Rumble is a Canadian company, okay, Canadian. And whatever. I back my videos up there, and that's about the most I can participate with them. The U.S. Navy nuclear-powered aircraft carrier USS Theodore Roosevelt unexpectedly left the Persian Gulf and arrived in the Strait of Hormuz. Another bell, meaning alarm bell, of an imminent strike from Iran and the Pentagon's readiness to intercept Iran unmanned aerial vehicles and missiles. What? U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin will lead the deployment of additional U.S. troops to the Middle East to bolster Israel's defenses, to, quote, respond to the evolving crisis, unquote. They added that the deployment of additional military forces will mean an increase in the number of personnel, but a decision on the exact size of the contingent and specific units have not been made. So we got direct involvement looming large. What's this now? The United States assassinate the head of the Politburo. There's that word I used yesterday. Politburo of the Palestinian Hamas movement is Ismail Haniyeh, and allowed them to be carried out, said the head of the Iranian Ministry of Intelligence, Ismail Khatib. U.S. will send more combat aircraft to the Middle East to help defend against Iran. Help Israel. Now, there was a report I thought I had uploaded of Lindsey Graham, where he said to the bad guys, we're going to BOMB your oil facilities. We're going to BOMB your oil facilities. I don't see it, but just trust me. Lindsey Graham put that out there. And what that means is we're knocking on the door of the 1970s again. We're looking at, and as I've said many times in the past, it happened like that. Snap of a finger, overnight, gas lines, rationing, explosion in price and a near collapse of the economy. Happened overnight. So we're on the brink of some economic problems that are going to be hard to extricate ourselves from. Here, this was a couple of days ago, or day before yesterday. Earlier today, Ismail Haniyeh participated in the inauguration where they chanted "Death to Israel" and "Death to America." Less than 12 hours later, Israel and America are alive. He is not. So that's the guy there. Good night, Irene. So, Tuco, how you doing? Oh, you think so? All right, we'll see. They said maybe Saturday, which is, well, that'll be, around the time frame you're talking about. They raised the red flag of revenge. Jetlag, how you doing? Well, yeah, Biden looking tall. I don't know about this one where he was trying to get, going into the Russian plane for some reason when it was empty. He went in there and sat around for a while. Is that a humiliation ritual or what? Did you see this Mr. T put out? Thank you, Kamala, for the nice picture you sent me many years ago. Your warmth, friendship, and love of your Indian heritage are very much appreciated. Look at there. Comma, 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 chameleon. Ha 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 ha. I guess that's her on the left. I don't know. But anyway. Time it with the prayers. That makes perfect sense. So, did you all hear about this raid on Quantico by two brain surgeons, illegal Jordanian migrants who tried to breach Quantico base, allowed to walk free after posting bail? What in the world? Quantico Marine Base, that's also where they have one of the top forensic labs in the nation. The top forensic labs in the nation. That's where the FBI does a lot of their investigative work. So what were they doing there, and why did they get to run around without any bail? Hi, the cat. How you doing? Hi, Tennessee. Nice to see you. See who else snuck in here? Anybody sneak in here? No? Pretty much catching them all. So anyway. Well, Venezuela. Mass arrest is why I put Venezuela is why I put mass arrests in my title. He's talking about he's getting prisons ready for tens of thousands of protesters. He's already arrested the opposition candidate. And the State Department is saying that Maduro has lost. Donald Trump the State Department put a bounty on Maduro for $15 million. But crazy Kamala and Crooked Joe are paying him billions of dollars for his oil instead of using our own, which is much better. America needs a strong leader. People who need peace and freedom from tyranny from around the world depend on it. MAGA 2024. So, yeah, 15 million is peanuts when you're giving them billions. But you have the campaign leader, manager. And this is from Wyon News. I like watching them. Wyon. What's his name? Not Clapper, but the other one. Talking about Trump committing treason, and then it got taken off the internet. But I got a voice recording of him doing it. Anyway, anti-Maduro protests in Venezuela. Maria Corina Machado in hiding. Now, the man to the right there in the thumbnail, he is in custody. 74 years old. I can't remember his name offhand. But they've already arrested. Imagine that, arresting a political opponent. Oh, my goodness. Good thing we don't do that here. Hi, Em. How are you doing? It's a good thing we don't do that here. Here's George Slopadopoulos. I had this picture for about a week, and I never put it up. I just wanted to show you. See, he's a little malignant dwarf. George Slopadopoulos. There he is, actually standing next to Trump. And court denies ABC's bid to dismiss Trump's defamation lawsuit. Well, guess what, folks? There is a big announcement from Disney that they're going to be laying off huge layoffs with ABC, 20th Century Fox. I didn't know they owned that. They paid $71 billion for it back in, I think, 2019. And they're laying off about 60 people, 13% of the staff at National Geographic. I didn't know they owned that either. But they are penny pinching, and they're under a lot of pressure because they got to cover George Slopadopoulos because they own ABC and Trump is suing them. Elon Musk is suing Disney with Gina Carrera or whatever her name is over DEI discrimination. Okay? So they got hundreds of millions of dollars in lawsuits coming their way. And they're having to lay people off. So there you have it. There you have it. What's this? I like this little whiteboard character. I got a couple of them in here. The government is just a business with no incentive to deliver agreed upon services because their customers pay them under threat of incarceration. Yeah, taxation is theft. And we'll get into that in some more moves Trump is talking about with the Social Security. Is this it right here? Let me see. Yeah. We talked about this already, but why not put it up there so people can start to cogitate, just like Trump is making people cogitate that didn't want to vote for him, didn't like him, or didn't care about voting, like Catholics, like Christians, telling them, you better get out there. Things are going to get bad if you don't. Telling the crypto gang, you'll be finished. Telling the United Auto Workers, you guys will be finished, won't have a job. Donald Trump floated the idea of axing the tax that seniors pay on Social Security checks in a True Social post. Axing Social Security tax. That's right. That's what we want to see. Here's another thing that he put out. Newsmax. No, this is Fox. They took the presidency away. Former President Trump calls out the White House leadership, claiming decisions are made by fascists, Marxists, and communists. Oh, yes. I'm the opposite of a threat to democracy. They're a threat to democracy. Yeah, swapping out candidates. Nobody knows anything about Kamala Harris. They think they do, but we're going to keep putting it out there about her. But hey, they got plan A, plan B, and plan C, right? See, here's plan A, little creepo. Plan B is Kamala. And when that fails, this is plan C right here, which is what they had to resort to last time. And I can remember anytime you put that graph up, you get taken down immediately. Immediately. On Meta, Facebook, everywhere else. I heard that Zuckerberg called Trump and said, called him several times, and then Trump finally took his call. And he said, oh, you did such a great job, President Trump. You were so brave. I was so impressed. And I can't vote for a Democrat this time around. I just thought I'd call you and tell you. Oh, really, Mark? Or is it because Trump said you already broke the law in 2020 with what you did with those drop boxes? Criminal offense. So, yeah, suck up hard, boy. Keep sucking up, too. Here, Maduro. He wanted to take get in a fight with Elon Musk, just like Joe wanted to take Trump behind the shed. Now Joe can't even find his way out of a shed. And here's what I was talking about last night. Elon Musk, I'm coming for you, Maduro. A rocket and a BOMB. I will carry you to Gitmo on a donkey. Maduro gives direct orders to his security forces, instructing them to keep Elon Musk out at all costs. The donkey dictator is delusional enough to think that Elon is going to personally show up and give him a thrashing. He is afraid. How are these goons going to stop space lasers? Hi, Ravens. How you doing? Now, this is something I enjoyed seeing. This little headline right here. College protesters. And I've been saying this for a long time. And I've been telling anybody in my chats, if they own a business, you need to find out about their social media. And if you see any posts bashing the Constitution, repeating falsehoods, slander, libel, all right, showing Schadenfreude, enjoying Trump being hurt, you need to fire those people. College protesters marked as, quote, do not hire as companies crack down. More spoiled brats find out getting into activism has consequences. And I say, if they are foreign-born nationals and they are causing unrest in this country, raising hell over problems in some other country, that's enough to strip them of their citizenship and deport them back. They're not living up to their end of the deal, which is to live a peaceful life under the laws of the land and participate in our political system, not be out being a hellraiser. Now, here's something interesting. Oh, I want to show you I want to show you the power of AI, the power of algorithms. I told you I listen sometimes to Scott. He's the Dilbert creator that's been canceled. He has his own program, and he talks about events of the day in live time, during a live chat. They don't do it with me because I'm just a peanut. But he's got tens of thousands of listeners or thousands of listeners. But look how they summarize in real time whatever topic he's talking about. That's unreal. Viewers are discussing the following topics. Scott Horton's statement about the Saudi Arabia government torturing Arabs, CNN's questionable journalistic integrity and the controversy surrounding transgender women competing in women's boxing. So they monitor and can summarize in an instant what's being discussed. That's how you end up getting taken out. And that's how you have to make sure you bumble up your comments so they can't be cherry picked to cause problems, right? So, hi, Linda. Let's see. Gary, how you doing? Finding Dory. Nice to see you, sweetheart. Glad you're here. I see you sometimes over in Hanky Panky Frankie NPC show. Ha ha ha. I had a young man, I might interview him when things settle down. If we get a lull in all this action going on, who I've talked to in the past and met quite by chance. And he has a very compelling story where he came face to face at a dark moment in his life. Came face to face with one of Satan's minions. And I'm not exaggerating, I'm not joking. And he handled it very well. And he felt a calm and a serenity that he'd never felt before. And I'll let him tell the story one day when things calm down. So that can only happen if you open your heart to the Holy Spirit, which I asked him to do many times. And just when you're ready to give up, they find it in themselves. I hope it has a wonderful conclusion. The best stimulus package would be to abolish the income tax. That is starting to get traction. And Trump is feeding that. Here we go. Replacing my flag with a foreign flag in my capital while burning my flags sounds a lot like a insurrection. But what do I know? That dog can identify milk. Sadie, when she sees me getting a milk jug out, she gets all excited and rubs up against my legs. Almost makes me fall down. I can't even walk around. She loves milk, especially spoiled milk. What is this one? We've discussed this a number of times in the past. The Republic of Georgia passed the Foreign Interference Act, where if you get money from non-government organizations, aka Sorosio, Georgie Porgy Sorosio, you have to disclose it. All right? Foreign interactions and financing. The U.S. is suspending aid to Georgia and considers the action of its government incompatible with membership in the EU and NATO by Blinken. Oh, really? Blinken. You mean they can't keep an eye on foreign influence because we don't keep an eye on our foreign influence? We have got stuff bubbling up everywhere, it seems. We got Venezuela having riots out in the streets. They've called out the army. They've SHOT people and at people. They've done mass arrests, arrested the opposition candidate. In Bangladesh, we still have unrest in the streets. I have a sad still shot. Let me see if I can find it. I wouldn't be able to show this film on this platform. So I got a still shot. Police in Bangladesh continue to SHOT at protesters. In this case, 2 people were unalived with 1 shot. The instant after I took this screenshot, the person standing and bending over also fell to the ground. It went through both of them. And I can't show that video. But that's what they do. That's what they're doing in Bangladesh, which each instance that we see is alerting and alarming and waking up literally millions of people. Venezuela's waking up millions of people, tens of millions. What happened in Brazil? Tens of millions of people. You get tens of millions of people here, tens of millions of people there, tens of millions of people over there. Before you know it, it's a worldwide movement, which is what we have. Yeah, local us. I heard about that. Rittenhouse talking about not voting for Trump. Now he's voting for Trump. He said, no takebacks. I'm not going to vote for Trump. And now he is. So that got turned around for some reason. That got turned around. So you put up a lot of videos and, 2 hours later, they're flipped around. Oh, I got videos. Speaking of videos, let me see. I want to see if you all catch anything. Which is that video I want to play? I'm playing this video because it happened. Let's see if this is the right one. Yeah, this is the right one. This happened about an hour and a half after Trump, the attempt on Trump, when Newsmax was still live. I'm going to play the video and see if you catch anything that made my antennas go up. You see if your antennas go up too. Let me play it for you and then I'll be back.
We have a bit of information. We're getting this from Pennsylvania police sources. They believe that President Trump was not struck by a bullet, but that a bullet may have hit the glass teleprompter shield. That is actually what impacted President Trump's face and ear. But these were real bullets, and they hit at least 2 people on the stage and possibly more. By the way, I know I had a similar injury in Iraq. It was a shrapnel injury. It's no joke, and I'm sure no one to minimize the teleprompter glass. This was an assassination attempt.
Within an hour or so after the attack, that is what was reported and what made my antennas go up. I'll talk about Kyle in a second because I know exactly what got him going. And it was a counter psyop I'll discuss in a minute. But what about this video I just played? What did you notice? At the very beginning, I'll play it and I'll stop it.
We have a bit of information. We're getting this from Pennsylvania police sources. They believe that President Trump was not struck by a bullet, but that a bullet may have hit the glass teleprompter shield. That is actually what impacted.
The first time we heard the misinformation and disinformation that it was shrapnel. And where did it come from? The Pennsylvania State Police, sources within the Pennsylvania State Police. Now, that's not conclusive evidence of, any hard facts. It could have been a Secret Service agent gave that to somebody to say in Pennsylvania Police Department that didn't know any better, or they could have been participating in this thing. I've said many times that I don't trust anybody. And this fellow that's been in front of the congressional hearing, I wonder if I got a screenshot of that. He put up the picture showing the view from the window to the roof. And now we find out about Running Man. Running Man, it should have been, here, I got a video of Running Man. Should have been very close to that sniper position. Okay? And why are they spreading within an hour the shrapnel BS story, state police? Half of them are saying they left their post to look for somebody, and the other half are saying, no, nobody left their post. And they didn't have a good view from the window, which is BS. But anyway, here's Running Man.
A shadowy figure across from the stage where former President Donald Trump was speaking back on July 13th. We know from the FBI, would-be assassin Thomas Matthew Crooks traversed on roofs that were about 150 yards away from the rally stage. So perhaps this is Crooks who was captured in this video. In the meantime,
Perhaps it was Crooks. Listen, if you had volume with that video, you could pinpoint the exact time from Trump's words when he ran across there. And as you can see on the left of the screen is where the windows are located, out left of the screen, where they should have been able to see and hear him. So, according to Newsmax, where they heard the disinformation story about shrapnel came from the state police. So, let me see. I'm just looking through the chats. What happened with Kyle Rittenhouse? There's been a video out for about a year and a half, 2 years, where Trump is listening to the likes of Dianne Feinstein. It might be 4 years old. Yeah, it's over 4 years old because Trump was president. And Dianne Feinstein, Lindsey Graham, a bunch of other rhinos and Democrats are meeting with Trump. And Trump is repeating back to them their intentions. Like they say, we need to have a registry and then this and that. And Trump says, you mean, so he says, red flag laws are necessary, like in a question. And they go, yeah. And then he goes, register the guns and then take them, or take the guns first and then go to trial. They go, yeah, exactly right. Yeah. Well, it's construed to be that Trump is saying, we'll take the guns first and then try them. It's total misinformation, disinformation. He is repeating back to them their statements they're trying to sell him on when he first got the presidency. And they take that clip of that tape and try to bash Trump with it. So anyway, Kyle Rittenhouse says, seen the light. Here, I might as well play this. I'm sure you all have seen this. I don't play a video and people run off and they go to get entertained somewhere. They don't want to talk about issues. And they have things all figured out in their own mind. But anyway, what Kamala is saying in this video, I'll probably get a copyright strike, but I'll go ahead and play it anyway. I'll interrupt it so I won't get a copyright strike.
Introducing the all-new Kia Kamala, the first car to go from zero to nominee in 0 votes.
I really love Venn diagrams. You know, the circles, right? 3 usually.
The Kamala here illegally.
And said, we're not paying them nearly enough.
And while it looks small on the outside, the interior's as roomy as a big yellow school bus.
Who doesn't love a yellow school bus, right?
And best of all, the state-of-the-art.
Now, all the stuff she's saying is not AI. It's actually Kamala jabbering.
GPS will take you everywhere except the southern border.
This whole thing about the border, we've been to the border. We've been to the border.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe. And I don't understand the point that you're making.
The Kia Kamala. Critics agree it's not a smart car.
So I don't know I don't watch any of these late night comedians, but that's Fox News. Let's see if they're changing their tune a little bit and wanting to play more along. But did you all find that interesting about the state police starting the shrapnel rumor, the disinformation and misinformation? I certainly did. I think more is going to come of that. And of course, it is hard to trust that new Secret Service guy, but he's pointing out some things that nobody else was pointing out. That we've seen, we understand, but it's not publicly brought up about the people in the window, the snipers in the window. So, and like I said, I didn't care for their performance. I didn't care for their performance during the election. All right. They acted awful dumb. They played awful dumb. Speaking of dumb, this boxing, this is horrific. Beyond, since I got her on a thumbnail. Riley Gaines. And this is what people need to pick up on. As if the satanic display at the opening ceremony wasn't enough. The Olympics glorifies men punching women in the face with the intent of knocking them unconscious. Iman Khalif is one of two male boxers fighting women at the Olympics. A woman is going to DIE. Yeah. Mike Tyson said he would do a charity bout. Where is that article? He said he would fight him for charity and give all the money to charity. And man, how would you like to see Mike Tyson? Here's somebody already did a meme of it. Mike Tyson showing up saying he's a woman. Come on, let's go. And we'll see what Khalif thinks then. Let me see if I got that article. That would be great. I'd pay money to see that. Even though he's 60 years old, I guarantee you, he'd put knots on that guy's head like eggs, but they wouldn't roll off. Here it is right here. Breaking news. Mike Tyson says he's willing to box Olympic dude with all the proceeds going to a battered women's charity. That'd be great. I saw in the chats people were talking about money the illegals were getting. I guess you all have heard about this one here. EBT card. Look at that cash balance. Illegal. Dear Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, do you care to explain this? Illegal migrant from Venezuela left her receipt at the grocery store. Cashier took a photo. EBT food stamp balance, $13,401.82. Cash balance. What's EBT stand for? $4,498. When's the last time the average American had cash of $4,000, almost $4,500 in the bank? And when's the last time the average American had $13,500 worth of food at their fingertips? While millions of Americans can't afford groceries, rent, gas, clothes for their children, basic necessities. This should strike fear and disgust in the heart of every single American. A vote for Kamala Harris is a vote for more of this. Make this post go viral. Share and comment. This was Professor Nez, by the way. And there you see it. You see it in real life. Need cash? Just hand them the card. And I've said before, if I was living in a country, impoverished country, and I heard that if you come to America, you get all this stuff for your family, you'd be an idiot not to come. You'd be an idiot. Because we have idiots running our country and giving everything away. But remember that bright side I showed you? The guy got custody of his son. I'm sure many of you were in the broadcast where I showed that tweet from that guy, where they said if you submit to the court evidence of your videos of your wife twerking, you can get full custody of your kids. Well, here is a situation where a young man, now this is not ideal. I would much rather see a father and a mother cherish each other and then cherish their offspring more than they cherish each other and stay together as a family. But since that is not possible in many situations, you have here, dad wins full custody of son. 4, after mother allegedly tried to raise him non-binary. This is on the heels of a court in Switzerland ordering parents to turn over all the documents of birth for their child. I think they're 5. 5. Because the state, the education system, some creepo therapist, some Dr. Mengele wants to transition a child. They have to turn over all the paperwork and lose the custody of their child, or they go to jail. That's what they're doing in Switzerland. And that's why I keep bringing up 11.4 treaty, U.S. treaties. And if we got a treaty with Switzerland, and their bureaucratic, fascist, Marxist system is violating the treaties, which I'm sure include bans on human experimentation and child abuse. Okay? Because there's another character over in Switzerland not a lot of people talk about, but it's been coming out. Let me find it. Coming out. I'll do a video about this stuff. This little creature on the right. Another malignant dwarf, okay? With a skull mask on and a suit and tie. They call him Shad Man. And what he does is he takes and makes drawings of little children being abused in the most horrific ways. All right? Makes cartoons. And he took a picture of the daughter, like an 8-year-old daughter of a YouTube creator, and he created his cartoons of this young person that were filthy and vile. And he lives in Switzerland and nobody does anything about it. He's creating child porn, okay? And it turns out that a lot of big creators on YouTube, like Mr. Beast, was seen with sitting on a couch with copies of his artwork hanging on the wall, vile artwork about very young ones. And this person here is seen taking a picture. This furry person, psychoclinical, took a picture with Shadman. Chris Tyson, the transgender that was working with Mr. Beast for years, making kids think it's okay to transition, discussing disgusting things, and working with this Shadman guy. Well, he's in Switzerland, and he's putting child, P-R-O-N, on the internet. It's criminal. He needs to be arrested. And we need to find out more about these bastardos. But how about this, folks? One thing's for certain. Judgment Day will not be rigged. How about that? How about those apples? And, I'm so glad the more I listen to the reactions to Trump going to that black journalists club or whatever it was called, how admirably he stood his ground, especially with an environment that's so totally skewed and pushing so hard to alter reality. And it makes you sick when you see people that are so willing to buy into it just out of their hate for Trump. Here's New York Magazine. I said this was a communist rag. Camelot. Welcome to Camelot. And all the liberals on the cover that she's such a wonderful person. Such a hope for democracy. Here's a picture of Michelle I got. Michael, what's his face? Robinson, right? She did a video, and I said she looked like hell compared to the hairdos and the fancy dresses and this and that. What I see is a person that is disheveled, okay? A TR and an A and an Y, all right, in distress. Like they just got up and pinned their hair back, and like I said, they were wearing a shirt looked like something Fidel Castro would wear. And so you're going to vote, and how important it is to defend democracy. She didn't even get a chance to shave her forehead. But it doesn't look like Mr. Robinson's been to the professional hairdresser in a while. Speaking of creepos, I talked about him because I recommended his channel. And I said, I'm glad they caught him, and he's going to either have to straighten up or go to jail. This is going around. They arrested his wife, and they should have. Having a 4-year-old test positive for cocaine, that's the very least, that's criminal negligence. Criminal negligence. So I quit watching Viva Fry because he has that Barnes guy. Barnes, he smokes a cigar and talks a big game. Yeah, he's a smart guy. But he was on Rakita's program. The guy, until he repents and goes to rehab, he should be rebuked, and he deserves to have some jail time. This was Clandestine reported this. Flashback to 8/19/2020. MSM asked Trump if he is, quote, secretly saving the world from the satanic cult of pedophiles and cannibals. He says, is that supposed to be a bad thing? And then goes on to say, we are actually We are saving the world from radical left philosophy that will destroy this country. And when this country is gone, the rest of the world would follow. Is there a secret shadow war going on against a satanic P3DO cult? You decide. I think it is. I think you have fools that fall for it like this. All right? And fancy themselves intelligent and open-minded. And then you have people that are actually practicing it like this right here. That actually have disdain for God's order, okay? How he wants the world to be ordered, orderly, how to live in a way that pleases God. Look here. French president, this is New York Post. French President Macron's steamy embrace and kiss with sports minister at Olympics raises eyebrows. Indecent. Look at that. That's a sports minister. And there was another report, a video of Macron meeting with that boxer saying, oh, I think it was 2022 or somewhere around there. If you ever come to France, I'm going to come specifically to watch you box. And we all know the stories about his so-called lovely bride. Here you have, what's his name? Robin Manotti. The beating of Angela Carini, an Italian woman, by Imane Khalif, an Algerian man. Live stream from Paris Olympics says, quote, women's boxing is a testament to the infiltration of the temple of Satan in our society, disguised as wokeism. Let's stop this abomination. There was a religious icon that got destroyed. Did you all hear about it? In Portugal. Let me see if I have that article. Yes, I do. Or a photograph. Actually, Twitter. There it is. A cross, broken up, laying on the ground. Guess when it was made? The São Lázaro cross in Portugal, built in 1386, was destroyed yesterday by Pakistani immigrants. So Trump has been calling out to Catholics, calling out to Christians in general, letting them know, if you don't stand your ground, nobody's making a call to violence. Nobody's saying anything outside of church's doctrine. Just to be a defender of your own faith. And they're starting to heed the call. Because if they don't stand up for themselves, they're going to get run over top of. Elon Musk is on board. Disrespectful. Unless there is more bravery to stand up for what is fair and right, Christianity will perish. What's the point of proclaiming yourself a Christian and then stand there and watch this kind of abuse and do nothing and say nothing? Here's a meme for the freaks, a freak meme. Yeah, sure. I have 5 personality disorders and mental illness, hate my life, hate myself, hate my job, and my family. But trust me, dude, my worldview and ideology are key to a happy, healthy life. Here's that article I was looking for. The Washington Post. Venezuelan gang gives the green light to members to SHOOT U.S. cops. Homeland Security memo warns. The gangs are running the government. The gangs are running the police department. The only thing that has some autonomy is the military. Here we go. Americans thankful that socialists rigging elections only happen in Venezuela. From the Babylon Bee, of course, that's tongue-in-cheek. What's this one? Newsmax. Oh, yeah. Vice President Kamala Harris has secured enough votes from Democratic delegates to officially be in the party's nominee for president. So she is in. She's going to be the one. Harris has delegate votes to be the Democrat nominee, according to the DNC. Well, make it official. And Mr. T will be glad to face up to her. Here you go. Back to the Olympics. The first swimmer emerging from the Seine River stated that the water quality was actually not that bad. Actually, not that bad. Yeah, the cat abomination is going for 4 terms. By the way, somebody told me they tried to get this House resolution to come up on Goggle, and they blurred it out. Here it is, House Resolution 2553. If you want to get screenshots, I'll make it big enough in 2 sections. 118th Congress, first session, House Resolution 253. Second half of it down here, resolution. Whereas on March 24th, 2021, Vice President Kamala Harris was named, quote, border czar in charge of heading efforts to stem migration across the United States border, Mexico border. Yeah, so there it is in the congressional record if anybody needs the proof. You got it now. What's this one? Now, this is what I like here. Finally getting some senators come out. We need to arrest every terrorist sympathizer who has vandalized federal property and prosecute them to the full extent of the law. And as I say, strip them of their citizenship and deport them if they are foreign-born nationals participating in this kind of upheaval. Then we should send them to Gaza. Okay, that's close enough. Katie Pavlich outside the Union Station in D.C. Lots of vandalism, freedom to statues, the Freedom Bell, and big praise for Hamas. But it's like Trump said in one of his discussions, that red paint will be in that limestone 100 years from now. Okay? And they should get the 10 years automatic that Trump already, he didn't create that law. He just started enforcing it. That law was from, I think, 1927. And he said, oh, here's the law right here. Now, they've been taking videos down about this Olympics thing with the help of UTizzle, okay, with the help of Meta, Zuckerberg, with the help of Goggle. This is the one who did the Last Supper. Last name is Butch, okay. Olympics opening ceremony performer gets my video removed. That's from Cinema Shogun. He's also got the Fat and Opinionated channel I've recommended to people. And they also removed their video coverage of their actual ceremony. Okay? And I'll tell you why. Because this character here in the blue, okay, had a young person with him and exposed himself and was behaving in a very untoward way on camera. And the FCC can fine stations that, not cable companies, okay, but affiliates TV stations that aired that footage. If people were to complain, if you saw this character in the blue, his performance, you could make a formal complaint, know the date and the time, which is easy to figure out, opening ceremonies. And I'm sure your local TV station, Fox affiliate, ABC affiliate, I think ABC is the one that has the contract on the Olympics. A complaint could be filed against them. They would be fined hundreds of thousands of dollars. Another criminal act, even though it's on foreign soil. We have treaties. So this is SC Reviews. I've also recommended him. But anyway, they've taken down, you can't even find a copy of the opening ceremonies being shown anywhere except for people who have not had their videos taken down on Utizzle. Oh, here's a video of Whoopi Goldberg, what she thinks of Donald and how he behaves. Have you all seen this one yet? Whoopi Goldberg, she's got a lot to say. And she's smart, too.
If you don't have anything to say, you blab. You just go on and 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 on. That's what you hear.
I didn't know I should show that or not, but I did anyway. Here you go. Remember this. Don't ever forget this one. I was going to play this at the beginning. At the beginning when people were coming in the chats. This guy here, I haven't heard an apology from him yet.
Unquestionable at this point that man cannot see public office again. He is not only unfit, he is destructive to our democracy, and he has to be eliminated.
Look at them, they're everywhere. That's what I'm going to start with my videos from now on. That one right there. Let's see. Just looking through the chat, see what's going on. Yeah, he does. Roland, I agree. Him and Jen Psaki both need to be arrested. Oh, here is something interesting. Here's something very interesting I want to play and see what you all think. Is that a bird of paradise? Is that something somebody captured and is training as a homing pigeon? No. Is that a biologist working with a bird? No. That is a Chinese soldier, a Chinese version of Navy SEAL, launching a drone that flies and looks like a bird.
现在释放了一个仿生鸟，在空中鸟之一，对我们前方的虚拟进行前期的侦查。它仿生鸟的特点呢和真的不一样。观察。
So who knows how long it can fly? Spy, carry ordnance, blow things up. Who knows? Here, I've got a video. I don't even know what it is. Let me see. Oh. I'm going to close with this video right here. Okay. Of Kamala and some wise words for everybody. But anyway, I've gone over an hour, and I appreciate everybody that showed up tonight. And I hope you all thought to hit the thumbs up. And if you didn't, please do so on the way out. And if you didn't like the video, give me a thumbs down. If you're not subscribed, why don't you consider doing that? Apparently, there's like 25 to 30% of the people who don't subscribe for whatever reason. And that way you'll know when I go live. Okay, folks? So anyway, I have this video and let me see. I might play Nancy at the end. I'll just play this. This is Kamala la la la. Because I see a lot of people are going to bed. It is late. But anyway, I will play this and then play Joe getting on the plane to Russia, where the hostages have already left the plane. Nobody knows what the hell he's doing in there, and how he comes out of the plane after he's finished thinking he just landed somewhere. Do you think that's an act, or is he really that far gone? Is that the real Joe? As a matter of fact, I will play it now. Let me see right here. Is this Joe? Yeah. Yeah, this is him getting on an empty as far as passengers. The only ones on our crew. He goes in there and sits and blows bubbles, and they don't know what to do with him. But anyway, folks, once again, thank you for spending your precious time with me. I'll be seeing you soon. This is Mountain Man, over and out.